Keeping our health always in check is one of the reasons that pushes us every day to visit the gym several times a week. Well, it's not a difficult task to do anyway, but getting out of bed early makes it a little bit hard. If that's your problem, you might be laughing now, but those who do it on another level would probably disagree. Well, getting their muscles as monstrous as the Incredible Hulk is a much difficult task here. Yep, it may sound exaggerating, but there are overkill bodybuilders who prefer to do it on a whole new level. Welcome to Top Feed. This is the place where you can explore everything impressive both in a remarkable and weird way. If you want to get the latest updates about facts that will blow your mind, better subscribe and smash the like button now. Today, we put together a list of top 10 people who went overkill with bodybuilding. We found a living Popeye and an aspiring Incredible Hulk on our list, so stick around until the end and get the chance to see these awesome bodybuilders. Number 10. Danny Davidson. Starting off at number 10 is Danny Davidson. He is a 32-year-old bodybuilder who unusually prefers to drink 100 milliliters of breast milk several times a week. Yep, not the usual milk drink that you would observe from any adult to drink, but this cost him about 20 to 40 pounds online from across the world. Before drinking it, he would leave it first until it became thick. While there are health warnings about drinking breast milk with the risk of hepatitis and HIV, Davidson claimed that drinking breast milk is the best way when it comes to building muscles because he believes that milk contains growth hormones to accelerate his bodybuilding. This, of course, his theory without scientific claims, so it's a matter of placebo for him. Well, that might have worked as evidenced by his body shape. His method of building up his body is a little bit risky, but he could at least make sure the breast milk he drinks is safe after he admitted that he doesn't screen it and drink the milk anyway. Definitely it's not scientifically advisable, but as you can see, it has worked well for Danny. Number 9. Robert Forsteman, aka Quadzilla. Up next is Robert Forsteman, aka Quadzilla. This is a list of overkill bodybuilders, so it's only right that we include this human Quadzilla. Certainly, he's not the usual bodybuilder that you can see inside the gym. Rather, you can see him grinding up the road with his monster bicycle. Yes, you heard it all right. Robert is not a professional bodybuilder, but he is a German sprint cyclist. I know. Who would have thought that a cyclist such as himself would take the challenge of taking bodybuilding to the next level? Well, it's Robert, for the record, when he started to fall in love with bodybuilding. Those gigantic legs only leave us with equally massive questions. Does he ever skip a day without biking, or does he ride his bicycle the whole day for the entire week? Well, that's a whole new level of riding your bicycle for sure. Number 8. Marcus Roll. Those two just broke some records in bodybuilding, but hold yourself together because we're just getting started. Coming right up is Marcus Roll. Talking about records, Marcus is actually a German professional bodybuilder who has been widely known to have the most extraordinary sets of shoulders ever seen. Not just in the gym where he does his daily routine, but ever in the field of bodybuilding. If I were to describe him in one word, it'll surely be beast. Would you also agree? As a former IFBB professional bodybuilder, he is known to be one of the strongest bodybuilders in the world. He started training at the age of 18 years old and maintained a training routine of 6 days each week. Before he spent most of his time inside the gym, Marcus was a high-level soccer player. However, it didn't work out for him when he received a major blow on his knees. Well, he didn't fail in choosing bodybuilding after that anyway because he just set records in the field during his peak. Number 7. Ronnie Coleman. Coming in at number 7 is Ronnie Coleman. This guy is definitely a record breaker after he won Mr. Olympia 8 times in a row, beating out Arnold Schwarzenegger's record of 7. Awesome. It's not just any record that one can easily outdo. But before getting into this career, Coleman first ventured into the field of accounting, but later on ended up as a policeman. When things got a little bit out of hand, Coleman found his way to bodybuilding, and there he found the place where he was able to maximize his full potential. Those muscles are proof of his most deserved recognition, as he was tagged as the greatest bodybuilder of all time. Much to these achievements, Ronnie has taken it too far when he had to undergo 4 spinal surgeries and a double hip replacement. That's ultimately a definition of overkill there. Number 6, Arlindo de Souza. At number 6 on our list is Arlindo de Souza. Brace yourself, because this one got a little bit of a spooky way to build up the muscles in his body. Well, he only just injected himself with alcohol and a concoction of mineral oil to make his muscles appear bigger. If you think that's foolish, which certainly is, Arlindo obviously achieved his goal of getting those enormous shoulders, but then again, his method of bodybuilding left him at risk of serious infections and even death. Not only did Arlindo do this on his own, but also his best friend, who died for the very same reason of using the method that he does. There is no denying that he's got overkill muscles there. Well, what's the point of this list if he doesn't have one, right? But yeah, he could have done that naturally and safely. Number 5, Ali Cooney. Good for Arlindo that he survived that, but the next one at number 5 is someone for you to still remember. Becoming obsessive in bodybuilding, Ali Cooney risked his life to achieve his body goals by taking excessive anabolic steroids and non-stop workouts. Imagine getting 2 heart attacks and 3 strokes. You think that you could still survive? Well, that was the tragic ending of Ali at just the age of 20. To make his progress fast, he took his routine to the next level by taking those life-threatening options and died before he could even rejoice. This fitness fanatic collapsed and died one day when he was running to a taxi, but those toned muscles surely passed the overkill bodybuilders on our list. Number 4, Andreas Munzer. Now let's talk about making the impossible possible. At number 5 is Andreas Munzer, who actually made the impossible possible. This guy right here is a man who has 0% body fat. I know. You're probably all in awe right now, but many have claimed that Munzer achieved this during the peak of his bodybuilding career. What I mean when I say at the peak of his career was when he decided to use steroids, which led him to abuse. He might have achieved a 0% body fat, but it also cost him his only life due to multiple organ failures. As a professional bodybuilder, it is their pride to win in competitions, just as he did when Munzer won 1 professional competition and was hailed as the 1989 World Games heavyweight for Mr. Olympia. Number 3, Greg Valentino. Another person who went overkill in bodybuilding is Greg Valentino. As many of you have suspected, his muscle is not a result of hard work, but a mix of effort and cheating. Yep, Greg is also included in this list of bodybuilders who became dependent on steroids just so he can boost his massive biceps. As impressive as it may sound, his arms exploded from steroids, where he also suffered from a heart attack, stroke, and liver failure. Yeah, it's overkill for sure. Of all the cheat bodybuilders, Greg got multiple documentaries because of his tragic yet foolish death. Number 2, Mustafa Ismail. The overkill bodybuilder who took the second spot is Mustafa Ismail. Who wouldn't want him in the second place of our list when he's actually the living version of Popeye? Ismail is an Egyptian bodybuilder who has the world's biggest biceps at 31 inches. You might be wondering how he was able to do that, but the answer is eating. Yep, because this guy eats 7 pounds of protein every day. Ismail claimed that he's all natural and that he doesn't use any artificial means regardless of what he does. Certainly, this guy got massive biceps and an enormous body in total. Who do you think would not grow this big when your favorite pastime is eating? Not just any normal eating, because he's got a giant-like appetite. Number 1. Romario dos Santos Alves. Now, taking the top spot on our list for today is Romario dos Santos Alves. If you think that seeing a living Popeye is already the best, aiming to look like the real-life Incredible Hulk is a whole new definition of overkill. Do you agree? Well, Alves aimed to create one by injecting his biceps with an assortment of muscle enhancers and synthetic fillers. With this foolish action, it almost forced doctors to amputate one of his arms. Alves is only 25 years old, and he has to use painkillers because he is constantly in pain as he injected different sorts of enhancers in his body, including alcohol, just to make him appear bigger. Seeing his biceps jam-packed, you'll get a sudden weird imagination of them exploding right in your face. That's pretty disgusting for sure. Aside from being an overkill builder, Alves also passed the list of foolish bodybuilders who foolishly risk their lives all for the sake of showing off a massive muscle. Their impatience caused them death, instead of keeping their health in good shape by regularly getting gym visits. And that's all for the top 10 people who went overkill with bodybuilding. Got some thoughts about these overkill bodybuilders? Go and share it in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed watching this episode, please don't forget to like and share this video. Be sure to also hit the subscribe button to get more interesting content. See you again next time on Top Feed.